I actually don't remember the first time we met either, to be honest.
Actually, no. The first time that I do remember you,
I'm scared.
It probably was 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it was Seattle when you were sick.
Oh, that's
Maybe
funny.
that was the
And
first
she
time
took
we met.
everyone out. Y'all tell the
okay,
story of like how you got there, because you had like shitty flight experience.
It was so bad. Okay, so I think I was a freshman in college because I was living in my little 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom apartment at U of H, and I remember getting an email at like 11 p.m. the night before, which was probably a Thursday, because I think I was flying in Friday. I think we started on Fridays back then.
Yeah.
And it was like, your flight's canceled. And I was like, oh no. And I knew I was the first shift that day working lineup and that no one else was going to be there yet. So I was like, I have to get there. So
2 minutes she lasted.
I lasted 2 minutes. I already had to take it out.
Oh my
Do you want
gosh.
it?
No.
Wait, why? Did you get buzzed?
I already feel like I'm like... So 2 minutes. I lasted 2 minutes with it in.
Steven would be disappointed in you.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Really?
I feel like...
You feel really buzzed?
It almost like starts to feel spinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be done with it. I'm not going to do that again.
Anyway.
You're my favorite person.
Aww.
You are just such a little kid.
Okay, back to your terrible story.
So I get on standby for another flight, and I never go to sleep. And I remember I had spray tanned. I vividly remember this. I spray tanned, and you rinse it off after like a couple hours. I like never rinsed it off, so I just was like felt disgusting the whole day. Okay, so then it's like 4 a.m. and I've got to drive to the airport to get on standby for this flight. And then I get on the flight and I'm in this middle seat, which if you know me, I'm an aisle girl. I don't do the window. I don't do the middle. I need to be able to get up and run if worse comes to worse. Like I need to. It is paranoia.
Are you afraid of flying?
I'm not afraid of flying. I'm afraid of being trapped.
Oh, so like claustrophobia kind of thing.
Yeah. But more just like I need to be able to get up and go. Like for whatever reason, right? And if I'm in the middle, I can't do that. So I'm in the middle seat of these people, and they are not small, so I'm pretty tight in there. You know what I mean? And it just didn't feel great. But then I tried to go to sleep because it's like 6 a.m. and I'm flying from Houston to Dallas, and then Dallas I'll go to Seattle from there. And that flight was fine. It was just if I could make the connection. For some reason, the flight from Houston to Dallas got canceled, and I had to get on another one. Anyway. Long story short, get to the Dallas airport. I'm starving because I've been up all night. So I get this breakfast sandwich. Oh my God. Worst decision I've ever made in my entire life. It's why I don't like eating at airports, because I got so sick. I fell asleep after I ate it because I was tired. Barely got on the next flight. Then as I'm on this flight, another middle seat. I don't remember why. Or maybe I wasn't on a middle seat the first flight. It was the second flight. Anyway, in the middle seat, these people next to me are eating like fried chicken. It just smells horrible. I'm having the sweats. Like I'm profusely sweating, feeling like I'm gonna vomit everywhere.
It's crazy when you're sick how disgusting food smells.
Oh,
Like the things that you think are the best smelling foods, all of a sudden you're like, oh,
horrible.
I want to puke.
Horrible. And I remember I got up to go to the bathroom like 12 times just because and that's where I was like, why am I in the middle seat? Like you would think they would just switch with me. I think it was a couple too, but they purposely got the middle in the window. And I'm like, I keep getting up. You would think you would just move over.
Were they like talking over you?
I don't even know. I just was
You were
not. I was not well. And I remember I was wearing sweatpants, like thick, heavy sweats, because it's like February, and it was gonna be cold in Seattle. And then I was wearing like a sweatshirt like this, but I had no shirt. I had like a sports bra and just a sweatshirt, so I couldn't take off my sweatshirt as I'm profusely sweating because I would just be in a sports bra. I'm like, you can't do that on a plane. I mean, you probably could, but I was like, I'm not going to do
People will
that.
go barefoot on a plane.
That's true,
It's
but
gross.
still, I mean, I wasn't going to do it.
You're not a gross person. So.
No, and so thank you. Thank you for that
You're welcome.
validation. Anyway,
There's your compliment for the day.
get to Seattle, and I get to the hotel, whatever, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling great, and my room's not ready. And I see Carrie, and she's like, oh, sweetie, you can go to my room. And I was like, okay. And
Wait,
so
how many years had you been doing Dupre at this time?
If I was a freshman, I was probably 18 years old. So I'd been with them for like 3 years so
Okay,
far.
so she knew you pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she knew me really well. She was like, go to my room, take a nap, whatever. And of course, they've got like the presidential suite, and it is nicer than like any hotel room. We're on Lake Washington. I love that hotel.
I know. We don't go to that one
they
anymore.
would go back to that one. And I just remember about 15 minutes later, I wake up from my nap, and I'm just like, oh no. And I run to the bathroom and I throw up all over the toilet. Like the whole thing. And I just was like, oh no, my boss's bathroom. I'm going to get fired.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't work. Like, who's going to take the shift, you know? And I call Carrie and she's like, honey, we're in a hotel. That's what housekeeping's for. I just died.
Got a point.
But she's right. And so I just sat there for a second and then, you know, eventually got to go to my room. But then everyone else got sick.
But then it was like everyone just started dropping like flies with fevers. I lost my voice.
I don't know if
There's no way it was you.
I don't know if I had food poisoning or if I was sick or if it was a combo of the two.
Yeah.
I think it was a combo because I got better. And so I kind of think mine was food. Like, I danced through the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel great. So I don't know if y'all got sick from something else or if I had something and maybe the food poisoning and that together, just that breakfast sandwich. I'm sorry, but there was something.
If you got better, it probably was that. Maybe we all got sick from a bug of some sort.
You got sick too?
Because, we all got like fevers. We all got fevers.
How old were you? Where were we living at this time?
Probably California.
Because I don't remember. I feel like
Actually,
I vaguely
no,
remember
I
you
think we
texting
were-
me saying you were sick one of the times.
Either we were living in California or we were still back in Wisconsin.
And you know what?
We were back in Wisconsin.
Being sick, not at home, is double worse.
Well, let me finish this story and then I'll get to the
horrible.
I was sick this last year. But we
yeah.
all just started getting sick. I completely lost my voice. And I think when I have fevers, I lose my voice. So I was like, oh, this is something funky.
That's so weird.
And that was also when I started emceeing during that time. And I was like, I cannot do this. And it was a weekend where I had all hip hop and all Bollywood. And I told Kavita, I was like, this is not going to be good. But danced the whole weekend. But it was like all of us swapping of like, who feels better this hour? Kate, can you take the senior class? Who feels better this hour? Like, we were just makeshifting what we needed to do because it was it was like everyone just started getting sick. But then this last year, Arizona, I think I got food poisoning after the first day. I did awards, I emceed, and
Was
then I
that
came.
my birthday weekend?
No, this was this last year when you were here.
Yeah.
No, I know because I remember Carrie Carrie had texted me happy birthday a day late, and she was like, "Everyone's sick here."
I definitely got it
that
from
weekend.
Yes, I definitely got it from the food. Megan also got sick, but because it was like I got off stage, did the awards, and I was like, I just kind of feel funny. And I was standing there, and I told us, I was like, I think I might go puke. And like I went and I threw up and I came back and she was like, you feel? I was like, no, like I feel still bad. And I got done early that night, so I went back and I just could not stop throwing up. And then you came back and I was like, something is weird. And I had to teach the next morning and I was like, oh, and it was only my second city doing that. So I texted both of them and I was like, hey, just a heads up, something is off. Like I can't even like stand up and like walk around. Like I'm either puking or I'm laying in bed. And the next day I slept the entire day. I could not keep anything down.
Yeah.
You brought me snacks, but like I could not keep anything down.
I was
You had
like
a stomach
forcing
bug.
you to eat.
It was like the convention food. It was one of those where we had to eat at the convention. But it is like being in a hotel room, not at home, sucks. It was it's the one where we were at where the hotel isn't connected to the convention center.
You gotta like walk.
So like
across.
I was in the hotel by myself. Everyone was down the street at the convention center, and then to be on a work weekend where I'm just like, I'm not doing anything.
Well,
like
and
I'm not
especially
able to
for
help at all.
Both of you two, like how you're wired, that just destroys your heart.
Carrie
Like,
sent me probably 20 texts that day. Like, don't feel bad. I know what you're feeling. I know that you feel like you're like, just don't worry about it.
A failure of life.
Oh my God. Cause I'm like, I should be able to stick it out.
Yep.
Yeah. But I was like, because I was timing the amount of like how long I lasted in between throwing up. Sophia, also, by the way, do not listen to this part of the podcast. Do you know Sophia? She like has a problem with puking. Like she's
Really?
terrified. She doesn't listen to this anyways, but